Next up in the garage is a Stargate. Yeah, it's a game I've wanted for a long while, so I got it shipped over from a buddy who got one for free in a game tournament at his local arcade, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, it's Stargate. It's going to go next to Robotron here because it's another Williams game. It's very cool. The sides are not too bad. A little bit dinged up, but you know that's part of the nice look. Maybe fill that up. I don't know. Phone can't focus, huh? There we go. Fill that up. A little bit of scratchy on the plexi here, but that's no big deal. That's a control panel. Wonder what goes here. Covers that up. There's probably something a little loose, but this thing is taking on a little bit of water at some point. Might pull the coin doors off and see if I can get them like powder coated or something. That'd be cool. This side's a little bit more scratched, but that's not too bad. I already got the back off because I was poking around with it a little bit already. I don't really get to use that. I'm expecting that we're going to have to replace the Williams syndrome plugs that will burn up. Just like my Robotron, somebody installed a switcher into this one, so they got it hooked up right here to the power that would come off the original power supply. They had it soldered up and glued together. And it's kind of a janky situation. This is not a kit that comes with a capacitor, so this thing is likely to erase your high scores, whether you want it to or not. So we're gonna fix the original power supply here. Soundboard's working, but the game boards are not. And also, this game comes with a good old K4600, so it's got the goofy cards. And it works, kind of. It's got some problems we're going to have to address, but for now, it will make a picture, whether that picture is good or not, whatever. So, let's turn it on. I'll show you what it's doing. I'm going to make sure that this thing is not collapsed, because it's got a bad habit of being a bitch. You can see it's trying to collapse. It's got some issues here. So we're getting a repeating pattern, which means there's probably an addressing problem. All this sparkling going on here, I think that might be a bad RAM, because it should be like a solid pattern all the way through, but I'm pretty sure this is an addressing problem. We got a little bit of a fold over up at the top, just kind of bouncing around. Looks worse in person, but the tube looks pretty good if you shine a light on it. So I'll have to figure out, I'm not sure if I'll figure out how the game draws to the screen or what. I'll probably try and hook up the logic probe and see what's not doing what it's supposed to. So if I like come over here we have the input card, then we have the deflection card. If I take this deflection card and start wiggling it around, yeah, it gets pretty unhappy. But if you wiggle it around enough, it'll stay up, kind of. But we don't want to leave it like this too long and or unsupervised, because it might actually collapse and burn a line in my tube. So let's turn that off. So this is another K4600, and my Centipede has a K64000. K64000. Blah, blah, blah. So when the Centipede monitor is unplugged from any signal, it'll go full white. So let's try and see what this one will do. Oh, come on. Now that I'm done fighting that thing. Uh-oh, that's not good. Stick my hands in here. It's not fully white, but it sure is gray. Might have something to do with the screen. So I'm going to disconnect the monitor for now. That thing needs a little bit of help. So we're going to try and fix the boards without the monitor's help. And the nice thing about that is that this is a Williams game, so we can actually do that, kind of. Let me unplug the monitor. So now I got the monitor unplugged. We have this. That tries to tell you what the problem is, but if you look up the 131 error that's on this board here, it's trying to tell me that this RAM is bad. And on these boards, anytime that it tells you that this RAM is bad, that just means it can't access anything after it, because that's the first one that's going to see an error out as. So it'll stop and display the error for the first error it sees, which is going to be on the very first RAM here, and it won't check the rest of them. So it won't tell you all that's wrong. It will just tell you that this one's bad. So if it tells you this one's bad, more than likely it's something up here. It's probably going to be one of these chips up here that deal with addressing. I wonder if the problem with not having a screen is I can't just poke these and see if it's like a bad solder joint or something like that, because if I poke it and see that there's movement on the screen, that would be one way to see. So I think, is it negative sync or something like that for these Williams boards? This thing doesn't like it so much. If I plug this in, it doesn't really know what to do with it. Or at least it seems like it. Not sure where it's getting those colors from. Unless I got the colors all jacked up. I got a potentiometer on the sync signal to so that's more like what it's trying to do. Let's try and adjust this potentiometer on this. So I guess there's always a first time for everything, and I've never had to do any board repair on a Williams game yet. My Robotron has been pretty good, and then the Defender at the arcade I work at is pretty good too. However, obviously, since this is obviously an addressing issue, it should be pretty simple. I know a couple friends that have dealt with this before, so let me turn this on. Oh, just to say I did it, here's the test button for the soundboard. So that's happy. That thing's going along. So now what we're going to do is we're going to probe. I got this hooked up to the ground through the battery terminal here, so that should be good. I'm going to probe the outputs of these four thingies, multiplexers. They are hooked up to the bus, the memory address bus, and it feeds it out to everything else, like the video. And obviously, it's mad about the video. Well, it's mad about everything. It's just mad. So, I can't zoom with my touchpad on this computer because it's not Windows. So where's the outputs? Y. There's Y1, Y2. There's two Ys, 7 and 9. On all these chips, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8 of them. 8 bits. 8 bits to a byte. So let's see what this has to say. Actually, it's all, wow. Hello, that's fucking hot. Is that normal? Ooh, that's hot. That's a ROM. Is it burning? Is it burning that paper? That's a fucking hot ROM. Hot ROM. I think those run hot though. I do believe. So we want voltage. I want 2 volts per division. Let me turn this off. I don't want that. DC. Yeah, that's hot. Ooh. I don't know if that's normal. Nothing else is hot, but I don't think those are getting really addressed. Minus whatever ROM it has, the memory test on it, the basic startup. So let's try pin 7 of this one. Alright, so I'm doing something completely stupid. As you can tell, but just by looking at it, this one has 2 less pins than these 4, because that's not even the right chip. Alright, thank you, brain. Let's try this again. Let's try the... oh, what? That one's got outputs. Let me turn this up a little bit more. That's okay. Not connected. So all the outputs look alright. Let me swap these two just for shits and giggles. What's toasty in here? I wonder. Well, fuck's sake. That can't be normal. You? What aren't you doing? What aren't you doing? What aren't you doing? Huh. So the one that complains about it is cold. I think it's fucking hot. Well, I swapped these two around for shits and giggles. This one is getting really fucking hot. And, well, you might notice in the other direction now. Because I noticed that was in there backwards, so... oh, it's probably dead now, ain't it? I can't fucking see. There's probably nothing different going on. But, let's try. Let's hope and wish this doesn't collapse. See if there's anything different. Get my finger on the power switch because that... Alright, you turd. Come on. Well, the garbage isn't quite as random now. Oh, there's the snow. It's still snowing. Ooh, I don't like how that decoder ROM is in there backwards. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, no likey. Let's see how hot it is now. Well, swapping that around didn't really do much, but, you know, stop using our brains real quick and do something stupid. Here I have a stick. This stick I'm going to poke the boards with. Make sure that the monitor's not collapsed. So, and very specifically, I'm going to be poking the ribbon cable. That's changing some of the colors. Let me reconnect that. Because I noticed, well, it could be another part of the problem. Because this has to read across here for this thing to know what the error is. Because I don't think the error actually comes from the CPU. I think it comes from this PIA. So if this is not right, then it's going to have problems. Let me reseat this. Nothing really different. So I wonder, since it's not completely uniform, we got a dot here, we got some dots here, and over on this side of the screen we have these different colored lines. I wonder if the addressing is doing something, but the data that we're putting into the memory is garbage. So as we heat up, we start getting this blue. Let's try that again. Let's let it cool off. Now it's cool, it's completely yellow. Let it run for a bit. That blue starts creeping in. something obviously has failed for sure, and it's heat related. Only in the middle of the screen. I don't know, that's... Hopefully it didn't kill it. That's about as hot as the other one. Yeah, ooh. That's probably dead. But it's not heating up like it's shorted. Maybe it blew an input or an output or something. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm going to assume it works. That's probably not a good idea. Alright, so I swapped these two. That one's still cold. We're still getting a 131 error. If it was just a couple bad RAM chips, we'd be getting some sort of activity on the carpet rug carpet. This is probably the one that's running off of right now for the self-test. So yeah, let's see. None of these muxes are getting hot. I didn't like that. I don't like how that was backwards. That's not... We got the monitor pulled out. Well, the control panel's going to need a little work. I think this was previously drilled out for a bigger style button. So you have to have these washers on here, and the hyperspace button doesn't really like that. So they kind of fell out, and this was missing one. So need a little assistance there. I didn't need to pull off the front. I really should have just left it in there, but... So the nice thing about Williams games is it only takes 2 bolts. I think one right there and one right there. It goes into that, and it holds the entire monitor in, along with this wooden plate. You can slide it out just a little bit, and you have this, what's supposed to be a mirror. It's kind of dirty and nasty now. It's just like a piece of metal, but you can use that to adjust the screen. So you don't have to pull the monitor out, and you don't need to get a mirror out. You can just kind of crank on it down here and look up there and see the reflection. So we're gonna make this thing stop bouncing. I need this stuff. It's not gonna be perfect because these things are never perfect. These K4600s. I need Q-tips. Where the hell are my Q-tips? Oh, of course they're like above all this stuff here. Is that Gravatar? Why is Gravatar out here? So, what we're going to do, get this shutting out of the way for a minute. It says XY card shouldn't be hooked up to anything. I'm going to pull this out. Big old resistor on there. Old crap capacitor. So this is what's controlling our X and Y. Horizontal hold, oscillators, good stuff like that. Not sure what that coil does. So I'm going to drip some deoxit on the pins and then wipe it up. Hooray. I'm also giving the pins on this thing a little bit of this action here. Roll up a little piece of paper or a paper towel, shove it in there and spin it. Hopefully we'll clean up some of the pins. That's kind of getting torn up though. So this little card has all the oscillators for the horizontal and the vertical. The horizontal, the power transistor is obviously on the chassis on a big old heat sink. It's not going to fit on here, but I think these two right here actually do power the vertical. So, we got this cleaned up a little bit. I put some deoxit on the pins on the backboard. Oop, and I dropped my phone. My nice new fancy phone. Stick this in here. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Give it some wiggle. That's pretty loose. But, that's just what we got to deal with. Very well could be some bad solder joints in there as well, but for now, I'm just going to live with it. Let me put this on the right direction. And we can plug it in. Now this is not hooked up to the ground, so I don't want to get too handsy with it if I don't have to. Now let's see if it decides it wants to be any kinder to us. Should get. That's still shitty. So you might remember when I was looking at the thermal camera that some of the RAM chips were cold, and that was for a reason. Here we have a 1-bit DRAM tester that I got. This one's good. You see it blinking, it's doing its thing, it's doing its tests. Bam, blue is happy, blue is good. This one right here, that was cold, that was actually in 131's position. It's just nothing but red. So it's fucking pissed. So I'm gonna try and rearrange some of the RAM. I'm gonna turn this back on and get the try and remember which RAM is good, which one RAM's bad. We'll let it warm up. We'll pick out which RAM is bad, and we'll test them, and then we'll rearrange it and see if it tries booting. That's kind of weird. Huh. Backwards decoder and bad RAM, huh? Maybe it was actually just bad RAM. Because that was actually 131 that was bad. I don't know. So I got a marker out. We're going to mark which ones are cold. I don't know if it's been long enough to tell. I know this one down here. That one's cold. 4 up. That one's cold. So what if I move all good chips to the first bank, and then we'll see what happens. Well, this is a little bit unfortunate. I pulled out Robotron, and I borrowed its PROM 4, decoder ROM 4. I put it into here. This is what it does now. If I reset it, it attempts to boot, but now we obviously have some RAM issues. And this will throw 111 instead, and then after it reboots, it'll just. So it actually was 131 RAM. Previous owner flipped the decoder chip and murdered it. That's cool. So I'm gonna swap out some of these with the bad ones. We'll see what happens. And then it'll probably boot. Shit. Well, unfortunately, just for the time being, I pulled those 4 chips out of Robotron and put it in here. We'll see what happens. Watch as it boots up now. Oh, no, it's still mad. Got 111. That is closer though. That is much closer than it was. Oh, and it's actually retrying the boot too. It's not getting to the second wipe of the garbage. Well, there is like, if you watch when it resets, there is that striping. That's kind of funny, ain't it? So now, after 111 was this one right here, I swapped it with 112, and now we're actually, I hit the reset button, 1, 1, 2. So this thing is actually reading the RAM correctly. It's following along with the RAM chip, and it has changed the garbage on screen. And sure enough, I pulled the RAM from 112. Bring it over the tester, and it's not happy with it. So that's another bad RAM. That's 4 bad RAMs, which, I mean, whatever. It's a fucking 4116 game. Go 1, 1, 113. Holy shit. Fuck, what ain't bad on this thing. Alright, 113 swapped out. Let's see what happens. 119, oh my goodness. Or is that 116? Alright, 116 replaced. 117. Holy fuck, man. Do I just gotta replace that whole bank? Sheesh. Alright, pulled 7 and 8 here, and the last two will check. I'm kind of suspicious that it's a voltage issue, not a... Holy fuck. Yeah, that one's bad. Are you alive? Yeah, you're alive. Okay, so that one's good. That's the last bad one. Holy cow, that's a lot of bad stuff. That's all the bad RAM chips. That's a whole bank, I do believe. Put this one back. Go over here. I don't want to get those sticky ones. I don't know if that's like flux on there or what, but just grab one of these here. Alright, bitch, you better boot. I want to see a 0. 1, 2, 3. ROM? Holy fucking shit. What in the hell? Come on now. Alright, so now it's giving out a 117, even though I know 117 is good. So either it's a socket or it's a power issue, because this is on the complete opposite side of the board from the power connector. I know this is going to have a little voltage drop in it because this thing sucks. So I'm going to replace this thing here, because these connectors are fucking useless. Alright, I got that replaced, so hopefully we get a little bit more power business going on here. It's probably still pissing shit. It's pissing shit about the ROM. I think my voltage at the RAM at the end should be better now, but fuck, it's still kind of sparkly. Stop. Come on. So I pulled 117 out again. If I sit here and fiddle with it for a bit, it'll test good. It'll test again. Test good. Do it again. Now it's getting some different patterns. Now it's blinking 2 lights blue. So I have to go look up what the hell that even means. I think it misidentified it as a 4K ROM chip. It needs to be a 4116, so it needs all 4 to be blinking. So that one's probably bad too. I also know that these 4116 RAMs do not like it if you're missing a power rail, so if we're fighting bad sockets and the bad sockets are causing RAM death, we're going to have problems. Alright, replace it again. See what happens. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Still kind of sparkly. Let's give it a bit. 1, 2, 2. Oh, it's having ROM problems now. 1, 2, 2. Excuse my stupidity, but I am being fucking retarded right now. 1, 2, 3. 1 means RAM, 2 is bank 2, 3 is the chip. Why am I thinking that 1, 2 means ROM when it doesn't? I went and brought this thing in and dumped my ROMs and everything was fine, obviously. So I still have RAM issues. Holy shit. Alright, 1 minute. I must be out of my mind, because I think it checks 3, and then 1, and then 2. It's probably going to throw another 1, 2, what, 7, 6 now? Good grief. Well, I know the last 2 in that bank were from my Robotronics. Those are the ones that were dead cold. Alright, what do we got? 1, 0. Come on, 0, baby. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. All that RAM, the DRAM. Oh, shit. Good grief. Man, look at that, pair of convergence stats. Alright, this screen is way too fucking big. Okay. Let's hit the button. Which one is it? Come on. Shit. So we got 0. 0 is good. Good. No, wrong one. Holy fucking huge. We got... What is that? Okay, this monitor is... Bad boy is way too fucking tall. I need a screwdriver. Yeah, I know it's still pissed, but let's get some adjustments going on here. Let's see. Ooh, that's kind of sparkly. Let's get some red on green, blue. Oh, come on. I can't see because of green. Let's get... There we go. Line that sucker up. I know we still have some, well, let's see here. Blue is still kind of... Okie doke. That's not looking too bad. Just need a little slight color adjustment because I think the raster is hinted towards red. And then I need to get the fucking deflection to stop bouncing like crazy. I did turn down the size on both the horizontal and the vertical. Stop. You can see that shit is supposed to be off the top of the screen. Come on. Stop that shit. Come on. Whoa, let's not do that. Just need to like put a weight on there. Come on, chill out. Stop. Okay. Fine, I'm sorry I touched you. Stop. Alright, you done fucking... No, it's not done. Alright, whatever. That's what the game looks like now. Well, that's not what I wanted. Red, blue, red, green, blue. That thing looks fucking good. That looks really good. That's a really happy monitor. That tube is, yeah, bookkeeping. I think the reason this thing is so goofed up at the bookkeeping is that since we're using the switcher and half this thing here, we're not getting the proper coin door voltage here. So it's not able to write to the CMOS, so it's just getting the garbage. Because this red wire comes from here, and this is supposed to be getting voltage from the power supply. So yeah, it's gonna get wrong bookkeeping. And of course it's gonna fuck up the menu. So we're gonna get like infinite lives. Or it crashes the game, that's cool too. Let's reset this. Man, that's looking pretty sharp. Yeah. Stop being mad. Shut up. No one cares. See if I can get this thing to go away. Yeah. Hell yeah. What a little bit of an adjustment will do. A little bit of an adjustment will do to make your game look so much better. Yeah, the raster is hinting towards red, isn't it? Where'd that thing go? It's playing. That is some Stargate. Hell yeah. So I'm not really big into big physical restoration. Obviously there's going to be some work that's needed on the kick plate. We'll need to sand that down and put some wood hardener on it and repaint it black. Hopefully we can get like a, is that like a semi-gloss? A matte, probably matte finish, black. I'll have to pull the coin doors out and soak the shit out of them in simple green or something like that, and get the wire brush and clean out all that rust. Maybe I could get like powder coated or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to find some place that does it. But for now, I'm cleaning up the sides a little bit. And I'm going to do something similar to what I did with my Space Invaders. My Space Invaders looks really nice, right? It didn't look like that at first. If you look real close, there's dings and scratches in it. And what I did was I used some permanent marker to kind of fill in that with black and then rub it out to kind of blend it. If you look at it from over here, it looks like it's brand new. It's all about the little simple stuff. It'll fool you. It'll trick you into thinking it's better than it actually is. So I have this red Sharpie here. I already tested it right here. This is kind of like fading out at the very edges here. You can sort of see that. If we apply a quick bit of red to say this part right here, rub it in. Looks like it's supposed to be like that. Kind of blends in. You never know. Never knew I did anything to it. Make the edges look a little bit nicer. Obviously it's not going to do so well up here, but I'll try it anyway, you know. I already tried it. But you know, if you're looking at it from over here, it hides the wood color, the flesh. It hides the flesh wound. So you won't really notice it unless you're looking up close, because you're going to be looking at the screen, not that. Obviously it's not going to work so well with yellow. Yellow marker is not going to be thick enough to kind of compete with this, so it's not going to affect anything. So that's just going to be how that's going to be. But I'll clean up the red a little bit and then make it so it blends in a little bit better. So this right here, let's see if I can make this look a little better. Just by kind of blending that in a little bit. It's a little darker, but you know, you're not going to notice that. I have a before and after picture, but I did some of the black Sharpie up on here to kind of camouflage that business. And it turned out pretty good. It's looking pretty sharp. Also, I did find that I have a paint pen that matches the yellow pretty good. So I think I might touch up some of this yellow here with this paint pen. This isn't like high-end restoration type shit, but you know, for my garage, paint that up, take a couple steps back, you'll never notice it was there to begin with. So I'm going to come back after I hit the yellow with this. And it should be looking pretty sharp. Alright, so I got some of that paint marker and regular Sharpie and stuff like that applied. That's looking pretty good. The camera does lie a little bit. Obviously, you can see this pretty well in person. But, you know, if you're looking at it from back here, it looks pretty good. Still see those zigzags somebody scraped into there. And then this side turned out really good, too. You know, you can still see gashes through here because I didn't, like, fill it or anything like that. But step back for a couple feet, and then, you know, it looks like a Stargate. I'm not going to worry about all this dings and shit down here. So I wanted to play a game of fucked up Stargate, but the monitor was pissing me off, so just as ahead of the schedule here, I pulled the chassis out to make it stop jumping around so much. I'll have to pull it off again to do the caps, but I brought it over here. So here's the reason. Here's one of the reasons why it likes to freak out. If you'll look at this top pin right here, I'm able to move that from the other side. That solder joint is very bad. Let's see if I can zoom in there. There, you can see that. I can wiggle that thing around. That's not a very good connection. There's one down here. Oh yeah, that one's very visible on camera. You can move that one around. It's got a very poor connection. Well, the rest of them don't look too bad. Input card ones are not too bad, but I'm going to reflow all these real quick because I want to be able to leave the power on for a little bit without having to worry about my monitor collapsing and burning a big line through the center. Oh, there's another one right there. It's not too terribly bad yet, but that top one's kind of crusting up. This one's got a bunch of shit on it. Clean that up a little bit, but yeah, these things are a giant pain in the ass. You'll notice that the horizontal width coil is up on this metal plate, and of course it's all soldered up. So when I do the capacitors, I'm going to desolder that and get it out of the way so I don't break it. But for just reflowing these connectors, I can do it without removing the plastic framing and all that good stuff. Yeah, for being a serviceable monitor with these removable cards, such as this input card and the XY card right here, it's a pain in the ass to take apart. Alright, so I resoldered the, I'm going to move the camera away from that because the title screen in this game is pretty intense for those who are not ready for it. I resoldered the pins on the main board side and the XY card side. It seems to be mostly the XY card side that was causing it, but it's a lot more stable now. I can sit here and wiggle on this a little bit and then it'll just kind of slightly move around, which that's normal. We don't have any crazy fold over. We have a little bit still. That's probably due to the capacitors, but I got this adjusted in pretty good. That's looking really fucking good, actually. So, that's an awful lot of floundering in this video, but we got the monitor cleared up. The CMOS is still messed up. The RAM and the PROM have been fixed. Well, I still got to get another PROM to put back into my Robotron. Or actually, I'm going to get a PROM to put into here, and I'll put the original PROM from here back into Robotron. I want to keep Robotron how it was. I'll probably put all the RAM chips I stole from Robotron back into Robotron. And anyway, so here's what we have so far. The game works. It only just has a minor issue, I guess. Just need to change out one more IC, and then it should be good to go. The monitor is not trying to collapse. I will still cap the monitor, and I still have to do the power supply and paint up the cabinet. Here's the neck glow. So as a send-off for the first part of the big fuck-off video, I'll play Stargate in its limited capacity so far. Alright, so this might be a little bit loud, and the camera's a bit in the way. So this game is kind of permanently stuck in the hardest difficulty possible, and for some reason with the CMOS messed up, it seems to not know what it needs to put into the game when it warps new enemies in, so it kind of has a little lag period. It's kind of funky, but I'm pretty sure that when we fix the CMOS, things will be working a little better. So, it's Stargate. I'm not good at Stargate by any means, which is part of the reason I wanted one. There's a lot of it's a high skill ceiling game, I guess you could say. You have to put a lot of practice and learning to get good at it. Yeah, there's a lot of buttons going on here. Let's just finish this. Obviously, I can't lose because I have like 1,000,000 lives. And I have 1,000,000 bombs because the game is all goofed up. So I think my current losing state is losing the planet. So if I lose the planet, that's game over. And I'm not helping myself because I just killed my own humanoid. Oh, they're behind me. Okay, shit. I think that's at least 4 humanoids I've lost already. Oh, shit. I got, what, 4 or 5 humanoids left? Oh, I was foolish. This monitor looks great. Oop. Isn't it great having 1,000,000 lives? My thrust button's come loose, so that's kind of a problem too. Where's the last guy? Is that a fire bomber? No, it wasn't. I also think the 1-up limit for the score is set to 40,000 instead of 10,000 like it should be. Oh shit, I don't know how I survived that. Man. Oh shit. I got 2 humanoids left before game over. At least in my my make-believe game here. Where is he at? He's behind me. Shit. There's one more. Oh, I should have went to the warp gate, or the Stargate, to warp to him. Oh, there's the pod. The pod fucked me over. Where's the... Oh shit, I'm trying to find my humanoid, but... There he is. I want to camp on him. Oh. I don't want him gone. He's behind me. I think I have to start using my bombs. Good grief, there's so much shit going on. That's what I get for, you know... I don't think there's a single lander on this level anymore. Okay. We need to evacuate this shit. Come on. Let's make this interesting again. I just hit the buttons. Oh shit, where is he at? Shoot that guy. Nope. There it is. Yeah, Yeah, I'm calling that game over. But I could sit here and fucking smart bomb for the next hour, probably. You know, this doesn't matter at all because it's not going to save high scores at all or anything like that. Oh, this is a fun one, isn't it? Alright, yeah, that's enough of that. So at least I got to a base working state. It's got some cosmetic shit that I'm going to need to do. But, yeah, the side's looking pretty good. It's not perfect or anything like that. It's not like I've stripped it and re-stenciled it and stuff. But, you know, if you're not looking at it too carefully, it looks pretty great. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good, almost pretty great. And then, just a little more electronic stuff, and we'll be good to go. We'll be in business. And I'll put this thing right next to Robotron, and I'll have them both run together, because yeah, they'd be two cool games to have sitting next to each other.